Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland, and football season is back, and we're going to talk about Thursday night's matchup, Packers-Seahawks. Packers going to Seattle, to that venue, which is very loud. The 12th man really gives it to the opponent who comes in and plays the Seattle Seahawks. Well, when you look at both teams, looking at the Packers, they went in the draft, got themselves a few defensive pieces to help them out and secure the secondary. Aaron Rodgers is coming back healthy. And of course, Eddie Lacy looking to improve on last year's season. When you look on the opposite side of the ball with the Seattle Seahawks, beast mode is back. Hopefully he's back and in full effect. We have a little bit of changes in the wide receiver position. Percy Harvin. We have Baldwin on the outside. So it's going to be a little bit different for Russell Wilson, but they still have weapons that can get the ball, stretch the field. Now, the question here is, can the Green Bay Packers overcome not only the quick defense of the Seattle Seahawks, but that piercing crowd noise of the 12th man? And I think it's going to be a very fine matchup. A fine matchup for a first game of the NFL season, but when it all comes down to it, it's just too much to overcome for the Green Bay Packers. That defense having to maybe do silent calls in this first game is going to be a tough test. I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks in this game. It will be close, but it's going to be the Seahawks. All right, now we're going to take a look around the league. We're going to start with the Eagles and the Jags. Jags rebuilding. I think they have some talent over there, but I don't think it's going to be enough talent for this Chip Kelly offense. I think Chip is out to prove that last year wasn't a fluke. So is Nick Foles. They have Sproles there. They're going to do some different things there on that offense, and I think it's going to be a little bit much for the Jags to handle. I'm taking the Eagles in that one. Next game, Steelers and Browns. Hoyer hasn't looked great. Manziel hasn't looked great. Johnny Clipboard is going to be what he's going to be in the start of the season. Hoyer is going to be the guy that takes the reins here. Not a lot of wide receiver talent. Defense looks strong though. But I think in the end, experience wins out. I'm going to take Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next, we have the Vikings and the Rams. Sam Bradford, man. The guy just can't stay healthy at all. And that's why I have to take the Vikings in this one. A little bit more experience. They have a lot of talent over there. Defense for the Rams is going to be tenacious, but you can't be out there the entire game. And I see that being a huge problem. Rams not being able to move the football that well on offense. This one goes to the Vikings. Patriots, Dolphins. I love the Dolphins. I love what they're doing and what they're building, but they haven't proved anything to me yet. And until they do, I'm going to have to pick the Patriots. I think we know why. Tom Brady. That's enough said. And on to our next game, the Jets and the Raiders. I like the Jets in this one. I know Carr is starting in that game, and I think it's the right move for the Oakland Raiders, by the way. And they do have a lot of talent. Their defense is going to be tough, but I really like the Jets in this game. I think Geno Smith can add a little different dynamic. I think he'll be great. They're going to hand the ball off to Chris Johnson a lot. I think he's going to be very good for him. And in turn, with that balance, they're going to be all right. I'm going to take the Jets over the Raiders in this one. And finally, last but not least, Chiefs and Titans. Don't let the Titans fool you with Jake Locker. I think the Titans are going to be the surprise of their division. But I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs here. It's week 1, still working out some bugs, and Andy Reid is going to have that football team prepared and prepared well. I'm going to take the Chiefs over the Titans in that game. And that is our look around the league. Now let's look at another matchup coming up this Sunday in week 1, the Cowboys and the 49ers. The Cowboys this year in the draft went and addressed the offensive line. And I thought it was a great pick. And it showed all preseason long Romo nursing the back. The times that he had come in, he had quality protection. I thought Murray did an excellent job of running the football, finding the key holes, getting that 5 to 8 yard a pop during the preseason. I know it's preseason, but they did look solid on offense. Dez looks monstrous as always. He looks like he's out to prove something this year, and they have Terrence Williams on the outside as well. Now, the question for the Cowboys is the defense. And we know that the 49ers, they have that running quarterback in Kaepernick. They have Frank Gore. They have Vernon Davis. They went out and got Stevie Johnson. They have Anquan Bolden. A lot of weapons over there for this Cowboys defense in that secondary. It's going to be a task for them. Losing Sean Lee over the offseason was a huge loss for the middle of that defense. And that's really what's going to be the question here. Whether the Cowboys defense can slow them down enough for the Cowboys offense to be able to score enough points to be able to win this game. Man, it's hard to say. Think about it. The 49ers have lost a lot of pieces on defense to jail time and other things. So we have a lot of suspended guys over there. This could be a different type of game and not the game that people maybe expect. I expect the Cowboys to come out and passing the ball probably very well. We know Romo can do an excellent job in that department. He has the pieces with Witten and all to get that job done. The question is whether they're going to have a balanced attack in the running game. I do believe that's going to be possible. Romo's going to put up his share of points, but he's also going to give the ball away a share of times, maybe once, maybe twice. I think that's going to be the deciding factor here. I see at least a turnover that's going to be a decider, and I have to go with the upper hand who has a little bit more of a solid defense in the 49ers there. And I think this time around, it's going to be the 49ers getting the best of the Cowboys in this particular matchup. Well, once again, we thank you so much for tuning into our show. Questions, any type of response, anything you want to hear us to talk about here on this show, shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And always subscribe to the show, share the show, comment on the show. You guys know the drill. All right? You guys been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.